It's Andreas here, welcome back to my poker channel. In today's video, we're going to look at GGPoker buying the World Series of Poker brand for $500 million. Maybe it's surprising to you, but I do think that's actually somewhat good news. And the reason for that is that I don't think the World Series of Poker was doing that much for the players the last couple of years. I've been complaining on Twitter throughout this series, not so much last year, but just things not improving over the years by all that much. If you look at the tournaments, the rake is fairly high. I do think it's very similar than in Europe, even though you would think that the European wages are a little bit higher than the ones in the US. And, they have everything on site, so they don't need to charge that much rate, but they still did. And so the prices, apart from the poker tournaments as well, for food, for drinks, etc., is very high in those kiosks. And the food options are just frankly terrible. The dealers at first, because they have to get so much stuff in that's new, they are sometimes very terrible and inexperienced, of course. And even the floor decisions sometimes are very suboptimal, and they didn't coordinate a lot of the decisions they made throughout the series, which left a lot of room for Engelschutz, etc. What the World Series of Poker really excelled at, in my opinion, is to make every single dollar that they possibly can out of the players. So they were really, really good at squeezing out those dollars. And I do think that GG realized this, and they saw a good price in the $500 million that they paid. And I do think they're going to be very profitable over the next few years running the World Series of Poker. I think it's a printing business, and they made a good buy. Moreover, I also think that GGPoker has a lot of options that were previously not there to make the World Series of Poker better. Possibly they can use their software for the World Series of Poker online play, which has been catastrophic this year again. There has been new software that was used in 2024, but there were a lot of bugs. And if GGPoker is able to utilize their software for a ring-fenced online play in Nevada, or if they are even able to get a license and have GGPoker being connected to international liquidity with Nevada, which I don't think is going to happen, but it might be, then that's obviously great for at least being able to play online while you're in Vegas, or play on your phone, because the software is going to be so much better. On top of that, being able to buy in from a GGPoker client, or at least have dollars more readily available in the United States, is going to be a big plus, because a lot of players, they do have their funds online on poker sites, and moving them around and always paying other people 1 or 2% to move money around to Vegas at the start of the series has been a huge hassle for a lot of poker players, and that could be time of the past as well starting next year. GGPoker also has ambassadors such as Daniel Negreanu, and I do think the players, once they realize this, they have now more leverage to influence the World Series of Poker brand. So if there's actually something that everyone agrees on, except for high rake, I guess, you cannot really change much there. But if there's something that the players are really adamant about, and then using those ambassadors as a voice, it could work in some way, and it could change a few things. And I hope that it's going to be the whole food option, because that just was terrible and it made everyone's experience worse. And if you compare it to the other casinos, such as the Wynn and the Ari, I think everything around the poker room is just much, much better than at the World Series of Poker in the Paris or the Horseshoe. The hotel situation, in my opinion, is going to get tricky in the year 2025 with GGPoker taking over the World Series of Poker brand, because so far Caesars owning the World Series of Poker meant that your playing volume with poker would give you points and basically benefit you in the Caesars reward system. Having a diamond card also would help you to get cheaper rooms, to be able to skip some wait lists and stuff. So that is going to be much harder unless you do gamble in outside the poker tables. If you do obviously still play at the casino, then that's not going to affect you at all. But for poker players only, the hotel rooms and the prices, specifically at the Horseshoe and the Caesars properties, they were going to get more expensive next year as a result of this brand split. I could also see that GGPoker with the World Series of Poker brand will take some risks that were previously not taken, and as a result of taking those risks could actually make the brand World Series of Poker even bigger. And with the competitor of the Win Series in December and the both series being at the same time, I think that the healthy competition might help both brands to innovate and actually be better products for the players in the future. There's also something that a lot of players might miss, and that is that cheaters on the online site GGPoker might now be banned for the World Series of Poker as well. So maybe we're not going to see Ali Msirovic again playing at the World Series of Poker if GGPoker decides that if you have cheated online, you're not eligible to play at the World Series neither. What do you think about GGPoker acquiring the World Series of Poker brand? Do you think things are going to improve? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'm going to see you in the next video.